So Keslar Insurance Agency is an independent agency, and we're located here in New Hampshire, and we cover New Hampshire and Maine. What an independent agency is an agency that we're able to offer products from different carriers. So our products could come from MetLife, Travelers, Plymouth Rock, sort of the leading national or regional carriers of solutions for insurance needs. So we cover both a residential market, so that's your home, your auto, your life, your boat insurance, your snowmobile insurance, your motorcycle insurance, as well as business insurance. So whether that's general liability, workman's comp, commercial auto, those kinds of things. We really see ourselves as a sales and marketing company. The insurance is the product, it's the solution, but I think the key with insurance is understanding that we actually don't provide the products. We match the carriers like Travelers or MetLife or Progressive or Hanover, or Safety, any of those, with the customers. And we're sort of that sales and service arm. So we're the one in the beginning who says, these are the kinds of things you need based upon your goals with your property, and these are the things that you should consider to manage your risk. These are the products that we think are a good fit, and here's why. And once they're a customer, we take the time to say, one, to make sure they're paying the right premiums, that they're not overinsured or underinsured, and to make sure that if they have any issues, questions, claims, that we can help make sure that they're getting the service that they need. So we're really a sales and marketing organization more so than we are an insurance provider. So we provide expertise, education, sales. In some way we provide a product, but we also provide service and support and that stuff too. So I think, we don't really consider ourselves truly an insurance company. We're actually providing solutions to people, and that product happens to be insurance. So my background is not historically in insurance. Keslar Insurance did exist prior as an Allstate agency. My husband ran it for years. He sold the Allstate business off, the book of business off, kept Keslar Insurance. That was located up north. So we sold that off and became an independent agency about a year ago. I joined in June to help support I am a licensed agent, and I also support the marketing and ops side of the business. But my background is more in manufacturing and startup organizations, more in manufacturing and distribution. Yeah, there's very few startups scratch. They call it scratch when you're starting from scratch. Agencies in the state of New Hampshire, they're very rare. But there's a ton of established, been around for years or generations, independent insurance agencies through New Hampshire. A lot of them are second generation or even more, families running these businesses, and they're sort of just living off of renewals, the customers that just keep coming back. They're not doing a lot of growth and outreach. In that respect, from the carrier's perspective, we're really different. We are much more aggressive than they're used to seeing. We are working much harder at generating new business that hasn't existed before in their books. So I think that's really different. I think the other thing that makes us different is that we understand, or we have the opportunity to come in with new systems. So people who've been in the business for a really long time, they have really old technology, they have old processes, they have procedures, they're very paper heavy, so there's big filing cabinets, and a lot of things are still very manual. We've had the luxury to start with a nice technology solution for our quoting, as well as managing our customers. That's all cloud-based. So we don't have to have all that extra steps or processes. We have the ability to incorporate things like online quoting, online customer service, so for 24/7 support, which makes us different and unique, where for some of these other companies now to integrate it with their older software programs, it'd be extremely expensive to implement those things. So we have some definite advantages that way that makes us sort of unique. And that's been fun. That's been fun to sort of set our stuff aside and try to sort of say, okay, we're going to make it easier for our customers. We're going to provide better value. We're going to make sure that we understand that service is everything. That's one thing we've learned from our years of experience running different kinds of companies or being in service-related businesses or even being in sales and marketing. You realize that how important it is to build that customer relationship and maintain the relationship. And we hear all the time from people, oh my gosh, our agents never call us, or we don't hear from them ever. And with us, they're getting email drip campaigns every other month. They're getting annual review follow-up calls. They're getting a human being that answers the phone, and it's not press this button, press that button. We've sort of understand how to do it a little differently than what's already out there. And again, that's part of being an entrepreneur and making it fun, is saying, okay, how can we do it better? How can we be smarter? How can we be more efficient? How can we provide better service or better value for our customers? And that's the way we're going to win. I think for Keslar, the challenges are the same as most startups. I think it's always a race to try to build your customers, to build a business that can sustain itself. You start with a business in day one, you have expenses day one. You don't have incoming revenue day one. Now, we are fortunate that we're building quickly, and we have great context and a great network and great opportunities, and we kind of know what we're doing a little bit in terms of understanding the industry, understanding insurance, understanding solutions. We have a lot of expertise, which comes from sort of the Allstate book that my husband had for years of experience that rolls in here. So there's some benefits that we have, but I think the challenges are the same. It's how do you get to those right consumers and engage them and get them to sign up and become your customers, and then once your customers, how do you get them to stay loyal customers? We definitely have our own private and personal financial numbers that we hope to reach. A certain size book, a certain size business. Our goal is to not have multiple locations. This is more of a lifestyle business for us. We both come from technology and manufacturing and big companies, and that's not really what we're looking for. We've made a decision that we're looking for something that we can grow the business, have a handful of employees, nice commute, reasonable schedule, profitable company, some decent income, some flexibility to spend time with our family, not a lot of travel, those kinds of things. So our goal is to grow the business to a certain size in a certain time frame. And I think that's really important if you're going to be an entrepreneur, is to understand, set expectations, set your goals, and keep readjusting those goals as things shift and change, but sort of have an overall game plan that's realistic for you. I am a business major from Babson College with a degree in marketing and entrepreneurship. I'm both an undergrad and a grad from Babson, so I have my MBA from them as well. I've always had an interest in sort of small businesses and small organizations and startups. I like that challenge. I like that sort of the chaos and craziness and the challenges that come with starting a business. So I've worked in a variety of industries all across the board, from everything from fashion accessories to medical products catalogs, to communication solutions, both wired and wireless. So it's sort of been varied across the board in different kinds of size of companies. So some have been legitimate startups with 1, 2, 3, up to 7 employees. Some have been starting new business units within organizations, and some are sort of, at the entrepreneurial side, more product rollouts to new markets and that kind of thing in some of those companies. I think what characterizes anybody as an entrepreneur is the fact that they're willing to take risks and build something out of nothing. So you're taking something that's new, different, and I've seen entrepreneurs and people who are straight startups, nothing exists day one, and I've seen entrepreneurs within large organizations who take something that doesn't exist and make it happen. And I think a lot of the skills are the same, in terms of trying to decide where do you spend your money, where do you spend your time, how do you build awareness? How do you build customers? Before that, does it make sense? Is there a real opportunity? Can you win at that opportunity? And if you win, is it worth it? I think those are 3 great questions to always ask whenever you're looking at a new business opportunity. I think it's great. I think, especially if you're young, you have plenty of time to take risks. You have your whole life and career ahead of you. Realistically, you're going to go through multiple careers in your life, and you should, and that's great. Things that will be a passion for you now may be a different passion in 20, 30, 40 years. I think if you're going to be an entrepreneur, know what the trade-offs are. Be passionate in what you're doing and understand it and really do your homework. You can be very, very successful, and success can mean a lot of different things for different people. But I think the question is to be really honest with yourself, where you're strong and where you're weak, to do your homework, make sure you have a good team, make sure you have good resources in terms of people to go to, talk to, And that's what I mean on a team. Maybe it's people working on the project with you, maybe it's consulting, people consult or give you advice, maybe it's teachers, maybe it's potential investors, maybe it's family, maybe, whatever it needs to be. But I think if you want to be an entrepreneur, do your homework, get enough information that you can make some good decisions, and then just roll up your sleeves and start, because you don't want to have that sort of analysis paralysis either, where you're not getting done because you're spending so much time prepping. But it's being realistic that it's going to take a lot longer than you think, and it's going to take more money than you think. It always does.